Welcome back to Dr. Gilbert Healthy Aging. I am Dr. Gilbert. Throughout my extensive, decades-long active career as a clinical physician, a neurological researcher, and a general surgeon who has operated on the shattered, fragile skeletal frames of thousands of older adults, I have stood at the bedside of countless senior patients and listened to their stories. When you spend years analyzing the exact physical mechanics of catastrophic injuries, you begin to realize that the most dangerous place inside an American home is not a steep flight of basement stairs, it is not a cluttered garage, and it is not a slippery outdoor concrete driveway. The absolute most hazardous room in your entire house, responsible for over 80% of emergency room trauma admissions for seniors over the age of 70, is the bathroom. And today, we are going to expose a highly specific, deeply terrifying, and almost universally ignored neurovascular phenomenon that takes place inside that room. It is a silent trap that springs open during an ordinary, relaxing daily routine, the exact microsecond you attempt to step out of a warm bath or a hot shower. Let us sit down together and discuss a heavy, silent, and deeply unsettling physical anxiety that millions of you face in absolute, agonizing isolation inside your own homes. Have you noticed that when you are soaking inside a beautifully warm bath to soothe your aching arthritic joints or standing beneath a hot shower stream at the end of a long, tiring day, you feel completely relaxed, warm, and comfortable? But the absolute microsecond you turn off the water, grab the side of the tub, and attempt to stand upright to step out onto your bath mat, you experience a sudden, ghostly wave of unsteadiness? Have you felt a sudden, terrifying sensation of spinning, a deep wave of dizziness, or a ghostly brain fog that forces your heart to race in immediate panic as you reach out frantically for a towel bar or a slippery drywall surface to save yourself? If you answered yes to any of these common, highly concerning experiences, I want you to listen to the sound of my voice with absolute, undivided cognitive focus today. Your body is not just experiencing a random spell of old age. Your vascular network and your brainstem are actively crashing in a state of sudden, localized emergency. You are experiencing a profound physiological event known in clinical medicine as orthostatic hypotension combined with vestibular mismatch. By soaking your lower body in warm water and then suddenly standing upright into the cooler air of your bathroom, you are actively triggering a massive, rapid pooling of your blood supply away from your brain straight down into your feet, while simultaneously blinding your inner ear gyroscope. You are literally stepping directly into a complete neurological blackout. Mainstream medicine handles this widespread senior bathroom hazard with extreme passivity, superficial advice, and systemic failure. When you complain to your primary care doctor that you feel dizzy or lang chuang when stepping out of the tub, they simply tell you to install a plastic grab bar, place a non-slip rubber mat on the porcelain floor, or avoid hot water entirely. But as a general and vascular surgeon, it is my professional duty to look you directly in the eye and tell you that slapping a plastic handle onto your bathroom wall without fixing your underlying cardiovascular reflexes is an absolute medical failure. A grab bar cannot prevent your blood pressure from violently crashing, and it cannot stop your brain from losing consciousness. If your brainstem starves of oxygen for just 2 seconds, your hand will slip off that grab bar, your knees will completely buckle, and your body will crash violently sideways against the hard, unyielding porcelain edge of your bathtub. I did not create this comprehensive, ultra-deep dive masterclass to leave you sitting in a state of helpless fear or psychological discouragement. Fear is a paralyzing, toxic emotion that serves absolutely no therapeutic purpose in your longevity journey. Quite the opposite. Today, I am going to hand you an absolute, scientifically validated, and highly concentrated mechanical shield of protection. In this episode, I am going to reveal the absolute best daily movement protocol to completely eliminate bathroom dizziness, stabilize your vascular reflexes, and allow you to step out of a warm bath with total, unshakable stability after the age of 70. This specialized neurovascular routine requires absolutely zero expensive gym equipment, takes less than 2 minutes of your time right inside your tub, and works in absolute harmony with the laws of fluid physics. Yet, by making this single, subtle modification to how you transition from sitting to standing today, you possess the power to instantly double your lower body stability, boost blood velocity straight back up to your brain, and permanently protect your independent sovereignty for decades to come. If you are truly ready to stop shuffling in fear, permanently erase that terrifying sensation of dizziness in the bathroom, and walk through this world with absolute physical confidence, turn off all background noise right now. Eliminate all distractions. Sit back comfortably, and let us break down this deep anatomical knowledge together. This will be the most critical hour you spend on your longevity this year. Before we unlock the elegant anatomical engineering behind your body's cardiovascular pressure controllers, take a brief moment to click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. By doing so, you join our global healthy aging family and ensure you are always equipped with the real clinical truths needed to protect your independent freedom. Now, let us uncover the hidden mechanical collapse that occurs inside your blood vessels whenever you soak in warm water after 70. To permanently eliminate bathroom falls and understand why your body goes completely unstable when stepping out of a warm bath, we must analyze the human circulatory network through the strict laws of fluid dynamics, thermal physics, and hydrostatic pressure gradients. Your cardiovascular system is a magnificent, highly pressurized plumbing network. Your heart acts as the central engine, constantly pumping a specialized fluid, your blood supply, through an intricate system of elastic pipes to deliver oxygen and glucose to every single cell inside your organs, muscles, and brain. When you are resting inside a beautifully warm bath, the thermal energy of the water triggers a profound vascular reaction known in clinical medicine as systemic vasodilation. Your skin contains millions of microscopic temperature receptors that instantly detect the warmth. To protect your core internal organs from overheating, your autonomic nervous system immediately sends an electrical command to the smooth muscular walls of your arteries and veins throughout your lower extremities, your thighs, your calves, and your deep abdominal pelvic basin. This command forces the blood vessels to relax, open wide, and dilate to their absolute maximum physical capacity. Your leg circulation transforms from a system of tight, narrow, highly pressurized pipes into a system of wide, expansive, low-pressure storage reservoirs. Simultaneously, while you are submerged in the tub, your body is supported by a phenomenon called hydrostatic counterpressure. The physical weight of the surrounding water exerts a continuous, gentle compression force against the outside of your legs and abdomen. This external water pressure acts exactly like an invisible, highly efficient compression stocking, helping to squeeze your veins and keep blood moving upward toward your chest, despite the wide dilation of the vessels. This is why, while you are sitting completely still inside the warm water, you feel incredibly comfortable, relaxed, and perfectly stable. Your brainstem is receiving an abundant, peaceful supply of blood. However, let us analyze the massive mechanical and vascular catastrophe that occurs the exact millisecond you stand up to step out of the bathtub. The moment your body breaks the surface of the water and stands vertical, two violent physical forces slam into your circulatory network simultaneously. The first force is the instant removal of hydrostatic pressure. The protective, compression stocking effect of the water vanished in a fraction of a second. Your wide, expanded, dilated leg veins are suddenly left completely unsupported in the open air. The second force is the relentless downward pull of gravity. Under the laws of physics, fluid instantly drops to the lowest point of least resistance. Because the smooth muscles in your aging blood vessels have a natural neurological delay and cannot contract quickly after 70, gravity violently pulls your blood supply downward. Within less than 2 seconds of standing upright, up to 1 full liter of your blood drops out of your chest and head, rushing downward to pool like stagnant water inside the wide open reservoirs of your calves, your thighs, and your deep pelvic organs. This sudden massive fluid shift causes an immediate catastrophic drop in your cardiac output and systemic arterial blood pressure. The volume of blood entering your heart drops off a cliff, and the pressure wave needed to pump blood upward against gravity all the way to your skull fails completely. In clinical neurology, we refer to this acute starvation of the brain as transient cerebral hypoxia. Let us trace exactly what happens inside your brainstem during this oxygen starvation. Your brain requires a continuous, unyielding supply of oxygen to maintain conscious motor control and sensory processing. The exact microsecond your blood pressure drops, the pressure inside your internal carotid arteries, the primary highways supplying your brain, plummets. Your cerebellum, which is the master computer responsible for your balance and coordination, is instantly starved of energy. It experiences a severe processing lag. It can no longer calculate where your limbs are in space, and it can no longer send clean electrical commands to your stabilizing muscles. This internal neural blackout is the absolute clinical explanation for that sudden wave of spinning dizziness, blurring vision, and deep unsteadiness that locks your body in panic when you step over the tub wall. To make matters worse, look at how this vascular crash interacts with your aging skeletal muscles. Because your brainstem is starving for oxygen, it cannot activate your powerful hip stabilizers, your gluteus medius, and core abdominal muscles. Your nervous system enters a state of temporary protective paralysis. Your legs feel as heavy as blocks of lead, your ankles become completely rigid and non-responsive, and your knees buckle beneath your body weight. If your foot catches on the high porcelain edge of the bathtub during this clumsy transition, you have absolutely zero reflexive speed to step out and save yourself. You are pulled down by the raw force of gravity, crashing violently sideways onto the hard tile floor. You did not fall because your joints are old. You fell because your blood vessels went completely flat from thermal vasodilation. To stop this bathroom trap, we must deploy a specialized daily protocol that manually pumps your blood back up to your brain before you ever attempt to stand upright. Let us now move away from the theoretical anatomy of vascular collapse and enter the practical, life-saving phase of today's balance masterclass. I am going to teach you how to execute the 2-minute seated co-contraction flush, known in clinical geriatrics and vascular kinesiotherapy as the post-thermal reperfusive reset. When seniors notice they feel dizzy or lightheaded when standing up to exit a bath, the standard advice they receive is, just stand up extremely slowly and make sure you hold onto a grab bar. But as a physician who has treated severe neurovascular shock, I must tell you that standing up slowly without changing your physiology is an incomplete and highly hazardous defense mechanism. If your leg blood vessels are wide open from thermal vasodilation, standing up slowly will still allow gravity to drain your blood supply away from your brain. The processing lag in your cerebellum will still occur, the dizziness will still strike, and if your brain blackouts out for just one split second, your hand will automatically release its grip on that grab bar, and you will hit the hard porcelain floor with full kinetic force. This specialized co-contraction flush protocol is incredibly brilliant because it allows you to completely defeat the laws of gravitational pooling right from a safe, seated position inside the water. We are going to use your own skeletal muscles as active, internal hydraulic pumps to forcefully compress your expanded veins, close down the dilated blood reservoirs, and blast a torrent of fresh, pressurized blood straight back up into your cerebral arteries before your hips ever leave the bottom of the tub. By the time you stand vertical, your brain computer is already fully saturated with oxygen, your sensory systems are crystal clear, and you can step over the high bathtub wall with the unshakable stability, confidence, and dignity of your youth. Let us execute this therapeutic routine together right now. Imagine you are currently sitting inside your warm bathtub, getting ready to exit. Follow me through the 4 precise, progressive phases of this vascular and neurological reset. The very first phase is performed while you are still sitting completely flat on the bottom of the tub, with your back resting against the sloped porcelain wall. It is designed to turn on the primary peripheral heart of your lower legs, the calf muscle pump. How to perform it perfectly. While sitting flat in the water, bend both of your knees slightly and pull your feet toward your body until your heels are resting flat on the bottom surface of the tub, spaced exactly hip-width apart. Place both of your hands flat against the sides of the tub wall or on your upper thighs for total physical alignment. Keep your spine long and your chin up, tracking the horizon line across your bathroom. Do not look down at the water. Inhale deeply through your nose for 3 slow seconds, expanding your lower abdomen with air. As you begin to slowly, smoothly exhale through your mouth, keep the balls of both feet floating completely in the air and drive both of your heels down into the bottom of the tub with immense physical force. Push down as if you are trying to push your heels straight through the porcelain floor. While driving your heels down, actively tap your feet up and down rhythmically, lifting and lowering your toes rapidly while keeping your heels anchored. Perform this rapid tapping motion for exactly 30 continuous seconds. You will feel a deep, tight contraction developing inside your calf and shin muscles. The second phase is designed to isolate and contract the massive muscular engines of your thighs, forcefully crushing the expanded femoral and popliteal blood reservoirs. How to perform it perfectly. Immediately after your 30 seconds of heel tapping, straighten both of your legs out completely in front of you along the bottom of the tub. Keep your heels touching each other and your toes pointing straight up toward the bathroom ceiling. Take a deep, focused breath in through your nose. As you begin to slowly exhale, actively pull your toes and the front of both feet back toward your shin bones as hard as you can, dorsiflexion. At the exact same microsecond, contract the massive quadriceps muscles on the front of both thighs with maximum physical effort. Squeeze your thighs so hard that your kneecaps actively lock straight and your heels float slightly off the bottom of the tub. Hold this peak, rigid muscular contraction for 5 full seconds, counting slowly in your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel the deep, warm tension building across your entire lower body. Slowly release the contraction over a 2-second count, take a brief breath, and repeat this 5-second squeeze exactly 5 times consecutively. This third phase targets the massive venous reservoirs located deep inside your abdomen and pelvic basin, the splanchnic circulation, which stores over 1/3 of your body's total blood volume during vasodilation. How to perform it perfectly. Bend your knees again, placing both feet completely flat on the bottom of the tub. Place both of your palms flat on top of your knees. Inhale deeply through your nose, letting your lungs fill completely with oxygen. As you begin to exhale slowly through pursed lips, actively press your palms downward into your knees with significant force, while simultaneously contracting your abdominal wall core muscles as tightly as possible. Imagine you are preparing your stomach to take a firm blow. Pull your belly button forcefully in toward your spine and brace your lower torso. Maintain this deep core contraction and arm downward pressure for 5 full seconds. This abdominal bracing acts exactly like an internal, natural G-suit worn by fighter pilots, creating a tight wall of pressure around your pelvic veins and preventing blood from pooling inside your belly when you transition to standing. Repeat this abdominal brace exactly 3 times. Now that your calf pumps, your thigh engines, and your abdominal braces have successfully pressurized your vascular system and flooded your brainstem with fresh oxygen, you are ready to stand up and exit the tub with absolute safety. How to perform it perfectly. Slowly slide your buttocks across the bottom of the tub until your body is resting directly next to the side wall you plan to exit over. Place one hand firmly flat on your safety grab bar and place your other hand flat on the solid edge of the tub wall. Never pull on a flimsy towel rack or a glass shower door. Push through your legs and arms simultaneously to raise your hips off the bottom of the tub and transition onto a stable, low, seated position right on the flat edge of the tub wall. Sit there with both legs still inside the water for 5 seconds to calibrate your inner ear gyroscope. Keep your chin up parallel to the floor, lock your eyes onto a single fixed point on the opposite wall at eye level, and take a deep breath. Do not look down at your feet. Lift your outside leg up, clear the high tub wall smoothly, and place your foot completely flat and firm onto a non-slip bath mat outside the tub. Ensure the entire sole makes contact. Shift your center of gravity smoothly over that outside leg. Lift your remaining inside leg up out of the water and step it flat next to your outside foot. Hold your safety grab bar for 3 seconds while standing completely tall and breathe smoothly. The doctor's prescription: I want you to make this complete 4-phase neurovascular reset an unyielding mandatory habit every single time you take a warm bath or a hot shower inside your home. Never allow yourself to simply stand up rapidly from the water. By spending just 2 minutes executing these targeted muscle pumps and core contractions while seated, you are systematically overriding the laws of gravity, deactivating the thermal vasodilation trap, and ensuring that you always step onto your bathroom floor with absolute physical confidence, laser-focused balance, and zero dizziness. You have successfully insulated your physical sovereignty. Now that you thoroughly master the precise mechanical, vascular, and core execution of the seated co-contraction flush, we must establish the precise clinical dosage, scheduling protocols, and the long-term biological timelines of how your central nervous system and vascular pressure regulators will adapt and heal. In the clinical science of senior geriatrics and longevity medicine, a physical movement protocol operates exactly like a prescription pharmaceutical compound. If you perform it haphazardly, or if you ignore the laws of progressive adaptation, your brain will fail to construct permanent, protective neural pathways. To achieve a complete calibration of your cardiovascular reflexes and permanently insulate your body against bathroom balance blackouts, you must perform this routine every single time you interface with warm water, without a single exception. Beyond the execution of the muscle pumps inside the tub, I want you to understand the fascinating chronobiology of senior blood pressure. Clinical data shows that human blood pressure undergoes a normal, organic dip during the late evening hours, right before sleep, as your autonomic nervous system transitions into a parasympathetic, resting state. Therefore, if you take your warm baths or hot showers late at night, your body is experiencing a double vascular challenge. The natural evening blood pressure drop, combined with the profound thermal vasodilation of the warm water. This makes the late-night bath the absolute most high-risk zone for transient cerebral hypoxia and catastrophic falls. My strict clinical recommendation: if you are over the age of 70 and struggle with chronic unsteadiness or dizziness, consider shifting your warm bath routine to the late afternoon, around 4 p.m. At this hour, your baseline blood pressure is naturally elevated and stable, your core body temperature peaks, and your neurological reflex velocity is operating at maximum efficiency, allowing your cerebellum to manage fluid shifts with zero cellular strain. What should you expect to experience inside your body as you commit to this daily protocol consistently? Day 1 to Day 7, the vascular calibration. During your very first week of executing the seated muscle pumps, you will notice an immediate, powerful sensation of internal fullness and warmth radiating up through your neck and chest the moment you squeeze your thighs and brace your abdomen in Phase 2 and 3. This is the concrete physical proof that your skeletal muscles are successfully compressing your dilated veins and rocket-boosting blood velocity straight back into your carotid arteries. By Day 5, that terrifying, ghostly sensation of spinning or visual blurring when you stand up will drop by nearly 70%. Month 1. The baroreceptor awakening. Embedded deep within the elastic walls of your carotid sinuses and aortic arch are specialized, microscopic blood pressure sensors called baroreceptors. These sensors have the vital job of instantly detecting drops in blood pressure and commanding your heart to beat faster and your blood vessels to constrict to protect your brain. After 30 days of continuous training with the co-contraction flush, you are actively waking up these dormant sensors. They become incredibly sharp, fast, and responsive, permanently overriding the age-related lag and stabilizing your blood pressure automatically within milliseconds of standing. Month 3. Total balance insulation. After 90 continuous days of utilizing the integrated step transfer exit, your central nervous system permanently overwrites the old, dangerous block shuffling habits. Your deep hip stabilizers, your gluteus medius, will have built dense, responsive, eccentric muscle fibers, and your inner ear gyroscope will be perfectly calibrated to manage rapid positional changes. You will step out of your bathtub and walk through your home with an unshakable, permanent wall of safety and total independent dignity. You have successfully remodeled your body's survival software. As a physician and a general surgeon who looks at senior longevity through a comprehensive, holistic lens, I must remind you that practicing your daily seated co-contraction flush is only half the battle. You cannot expect to permanently save your independent mobility if you are unknowingly committing these 3 common, deadly lifestyle mistakes inside your bathroom every single week. These lethal errors actively scramble your inner ear sensory networks, crush your blood vessels, and completely undo all the cellular healing we are building. Deadly mistakes #1. Pulling on vertical towel bars for balance anchor. The moment seniors feel a sudden wave of dizziness or unsteadiness while stepping out of a warm bath, their primitive survival reflex panics. They reach out frantically and grab onto the nearest object available, which is almost always a standard chrome-plated wall towel bar or the handle of a sliding glass shower door. This is a profound, life-threatening mechanical mistake. Towel bars and glass shower tracks were engineered exclusively to hold lightweight fabrics and slide on smooth tracks. They were never anchored into the solid structural wooden wall studs of your house. They are held in place by tiny, fragile drywall anchors or decorative screws. The moment the full, heavy kinetic weight of a falling 70-year-old adult pulls on a towel bar, the metal bracket rips instantly out of the drywall. You lose your balance anchor completely, your acceleration velocity doubles, and you crash violently down into the hard porcelain tub. My strict clinical correction: you must install dedicated, ADA-compliant professional safety grab bars that are screwed directly into the solid wood structural studs behind your walls. Before you ever trust your life to a handle, pull on it with maximum physical force, while stable, to guarantee its mechanical integrity. Deadly mistakes #2. Staring down at the water while stepping out. Because seniors are terrified of slipping on wet tile or tripping over the high edge of the bathtub, they drop their chin completely down to their chest and stare intensely at the water or their toes while trying to step out of the tub. But as we established in our neurological guides, dropping your gaze and staring down is a biological disaster for your balance computer. It completely uncalibrates your inner ear fluid gyroscope and erases the stable horizontal and vertical reference lines of the room from your brain's spatial map. Furthermore, a 10-pound human head shifting forward pulls your center of mass structurally over your toes, making it impossible for your leg muscles to lift your foot high enough to clear the tub wall. My strict clinical correction: keep your chin up, parallel to the floor, and anchor your eyes onto a single, fixed visual target on the opposite wall at eye level throughout the entire exit transition. Trust your feet to navigate space through raw, tactile touch. Deadly mistake #3. Stepping out onto a loose, soft bath towel. Many seniors avoid buying dedicated, rubber-backed, non-slip bath mats because they are difficult to clean. Instead, they place a standard cotton bath towel flat on the tiled floor outside the tub to step out onto. From a mechanical friction standpoint, this is an incredibly dangerous trap. A loose cotton towel resting on a smooth, wet ceramic tile floor possesses almost zero coefficient of friction. The exact microsecond you step your heavy, wet foot out of the tub onto that towel, the fabric slides exactly like a skateboard across the wet tile. Your base of support vanishes, your standing leg slides out from under you, and you suffer a severe, high-impact lateral fall directly onto your hip joint. My strict clinical correction: ditch loose towels on the floor permanently. Always utilize a heavy, high-quality, professional non-slip rubber-backed bath mat that suctions or grips firmly to the tile floor, ensuring an unyielding, high-friction anchor for your foot. To accelerate your neurological recovery, completely eliminate positional lightheadedness, and build a permanent wall of comprehensive safety around your daily hygiene routine, I want to share 3 bonus daily habits that complement your seated co-contraction flush perfectly. These are the exact clinical protocols I prescribe to patients inside my senior longevity clinic to systematically protect their independent sovereignty. The pre-bath hydration flush every single afternoon, approximately 15 minutes before you plan to run your warm bath or step into the shower. Drink 1 full glass of cool, pure water. When you submerge your body in warm water, your skin begins to sweat heavily to cool your core temperature. Even though you are sitting in water, you are actively losing significant fluid volume through evaporation. If you enter a warm bath in a state of low-level chronic dehydration, your total blood volume is already low, which causes your blood pressure to crash twice as fast the moment thermal vasodilation strikes. My clinical instruction: drink a glass of water before your bath to preload your blood volume, keeping your arterial pressure stable and resistant to gravitational pooling. The smart temperature calibration rule: never allow the water temperature inside your bathtub or shower to cross 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Many seniors suffer from mild, age-related peripheral neuropathy beneath their skin, meaning their ability to accurately feel extreme heat is significantly degraded. If you set your water to an ultra-hot steaming temperature, you trigger an extreme, immediate neurological shock and maximum uncontrolled vasodilation that paralyzes your blood vessels for hours. My clinical instruction: always purchase a simple, inexpensive digital floating pool thermometer to place inside your bathwater. Keep the temperature pleasantly warm, never steaming hot, to protect your skin cells and preserve your vascular reflexes. The sensory soul tactile stimulation: before you step into your bathroom to run your evening or afternoon bath, spend 2 minutes rolling a clean, hard tennis ball or a specialized wooden foot massage roller back and forth beneath the soles of your bare feet, with light, comfortable pressure while seated in your living room chair. This mechanical friction acts like a high-voltage wake-up call for your sleeping proprioceptors, forcefully breaking through that dead, cardboard-like sensation beneath your soles and flooding your brain's cerebellum with vivid, high-definition spatial data. Your feet will be fully awake and highly sensitive to the floor texture, allowing you to establish a secure, non-slip anchor the moment your skin touches the bath mat outside the tub. My dear friends, as we draw this comprehensive vestibular and cardiovascular bathroom safety masterclass to a close today, I want to step away from the clinical terminology, step away from the anatomical charts, and speak directly to your heart, not just as a physician, but as a trusted companion on your journey of aging. Reaching your 70s, 80s, or 90s is an extraordinary, sacred milestone. It is a triumphant, beautiful season of life that should be completely defined by your personal freedom, your profound acquired wisdom, your peace, and your joy. Not by physical restriction, daily isolation, chronic joint pain, and a constant, creeping fear of your own bathroom floor. You have spent your entire life working hard, sacrificing for your families, and building the very architectural foundations of our communities. You have earned the absolute sovereign right to live this golden season of your existence, with uncompromised physical dignity, with your chin held proud toward the horizon, and with the complete physical freedom to move through this world entirely on your own terms. Losing your stability, feeling that terrifying sensation of dizziness whenever you stand up to exit your bath, or being forced to live with an unsettling fear of a sudden blackout is not an organic, inevitable consequence of growing old. It is simply a biological puzzle, a puzzle of sleeping nerve sensors, expanded thermal blood vessels, and delayed brainstem survival reflexes. And as we have demonstrated together today, using the profound science of neurovascular physiology, every single piece of this puzzle has a logical, scientific, and remarkably beautiful mechanical solution. Do not allow the passive, assembly line attitudes of modern medicine to dictate the boundaries of your personal world. Do not accept a life that slowly shrinks into a single room, a single safe chair, or a rolling metal walker. Your body remains an absolute miracle of biological engineering, fully capable of neuroplastic adaptation, capillary expansion, and vascular recovery until the final breath you draw on this earth. You do not lack the inherent capacity to heal, you simply lack the correct clinical blueprint. Now today, you possess that blueprint. I challenge you right now as your physician. The moment this video finishes and the screen goes quiet, do not just sit there in stagnation. The next time you run your warm bath, stand tall in your mind, execute your seated co-contraction flush, squeeze your thighs, brace your abdomen, turn your peripheral heart back on, and step over that tub wall with absolute, magnificent power and sovereign confidence. If you found today's masterclass deeply valuable, please share it immediately with your husband, your wife, your siblings, your neighbors across the street, or anyone you love who struggles with instability, joint pain, or balance loss. Let us eradicate the shame of mobility decline and protect the independence of our seniors together. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your time, your trust, and for opening your heart to me today. Subscribe to our channel. Move with deep intention every single day. Honor your magnificent physical temple. Execute your daily co-contraction pumps, and I will see you in our very next clinical episode. Stay strong, look straight ahead at the horizon, and step forward into your day with absolute, magnificent power.